please welcome Bill from Sanford.
Good afternoon. I appreciate you all giving me the opportunity to spend a few minutes with you today talking a little bit more about Sanford and importantly more about Sanford and our relationship with Cornerstone and what we've been able to accomplish together. As I start though, I'd just like to quickly thank Kirsten and the rest of the Cornerstone team. As we all know, they're putting on a fantastic conference. Excited for the rest of the day, excited for this evening of course, and really looking forward to tomorrow as well too. So. As introduced, Bill Gassen, I'm the Chief Human Resources Officer with Sanford Health. Sanford Health is an integrated health system based out of the Dakotas. That would be North Dakota and South Dakota. We also have a presence in Minnesota. We have a presence in Iowa. We're actually in 9 states across the United States, as well as in 4 different countries. We have 28,000 employees at Sanford. Comprised of 2,000 of those are physicians and advanced practice providers. We have over 6,000 nurses. We have 45 medical centers, 48 long-term care facilities, and over 300 clinics. As we begin to wrap up our fiscal year, we'll close in on about a $5 billion organization. We also have an integrated health plan as well that has over 200,000 covered lives. At Sanford, a little bit more about us, and this is what's important to us, and one of the things that we've really been able to, in partnership with Cornerstone, begin to emphasize and educate our employees across the system more and more on about is around our mission and our vision at Sanford. We believe, as I'm confident most of this room does, that having the right employee culture is really what's going to help you drive to the successes that you need and help you achieve the objectives that you have set forth in the organization. We found that to be true at Sanford, and by leveraging and leaning on Cornerstone to help us with our learning management, we've been able to educate all of our employees every year and multiple times a year around our mission. Our mission is that we're dedicated to the health and healing. We're also, as a vision, it's to improve the human condition through exceptional care, innovation, and discovery. Our values at Sanford are something that we've never changed. Back before we began a heavy, I'll say, kind of run of mergers and acquisitions over the last 10 years, Sioux Valley, which was the predecessor before we changed our name back in '07, had these same mission, or had the same values that you see here. And we've been fortunate enough to align ourselves with organizations as we've grown that align to these same values, and that's courage, passion, resolve, advancement, and family. And perhaps from my perspective, and I believe from our CEO's perspective, the most significant of those values is family. We believe that as we've grown from a 6,000 person organization in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to the 28,000 person organization that we are today, spanning across 9 states and 4 different countries, we believe that we are still a family. Our president and CEO still addresses all of our employees as part of the Sanford family, always reminding them at the conclusion of every letter, of every speech, of every interaction that he wants them to take care because we need them. And we believe that as we've continued to grow and change dynamically as an organization, we've had to change the way in which we stay connected as a family. Cornerstone has been one of those key partners for us in staying connected as a family across the great expanse that we serve. At Sanford, we are the largest rural healthcare system in the country, which means that we do serve areas where there are more cattle than there are people. But we believe that those people certainly need care, and they want to receive that care where they can, and that's at home. And we're thankful that they put their trust in us, and we're able to deliver on that promise and deliver care to them close to home. That spans about 1/8 of the landmass of the United States, or 300,000 square miles. In order to stay connected as a family, we believe that bringing the employees in, all in the same way, regardless of whether you're working in a small critical access facility in rural South Dakota, or whether you're going to be employed in our large tertiary medical center in Fargo, North Dakota, or anywhere in between, we believe it's important that we give them all the same common experience, the same common and positive experience as they approach us as a job seeker, as a candidate, and then eventually as a new hire and employee. And one of the tools that we use to do that is making sure that all of our employees are introduced to the organization at new employee orientation by an address that comes to us from Kelby Krabanoff, who now just marked 20 years in the seat as the CEO and president of Sanford Health. And I'll just give you a quick shot here of this video and allow you to kind of hear a little bit of from his perspective.
Hello, I'm Kelby Krabenoff, CEO of Sanford Health. I wanted to extend a warm welcome to you as you join the Sanford family. Each one of you decided to join the Sanford family and have a career in healthcare for a reason. And Sanford chose to offer you a job. This is the essence of our relationship. I too came to healthcare for a reason. My brother Paul was just a kid playing in a tree when he misstepped and fell to the ground. He was instantly paralyzed from the waist down. Paul was just 12 years old, and as his older brother, I not only witnessed the trauma of seeing him laying under the tree, I also watched him go through that trauma as a patient, and I knew my path in healthcare was set. Like many of you, I wanted to impact care for those at their most vulnerable. No matter our individual role, we're all caregivers. It takes all 27,000 of us coming together to make a true difference in the lives of those we care for and serve. I hope you enjoy your day of orientation. Learn more about our culture of service and feel inspired as you begin what I hope will be a long and rewarding career with us. Welcome to Sanford. We're really glad you're here.
And it's that message there that we believe is so important when we look for prospective employees and we begin to integrate them into our organization. We do believe that it's not just about a job or just about a career at Sanford, but we believe, again, that we have the privilege and the opportunity to meet with people and their families and their communities when they're at their most vulnerable time. And when we talk about family, I'd be remiss if I didn't use this opportunity to also mention and talk about a great member of our family, which is our great benefactor, Mr. Denny Sanford. It was the passion that you saw in the vision that you heard from our president and CEO that brought those two together. Mr. Sanford and Kelby met and began to forge a relationship about 10 years ago. And it was as a result of that and that aligned vision and passion to care for people and to improve the human condition that led Mr. Sanford to invest $400 million, at that time the largest philanthropic gift in healthcare, into our system. Since that time, over the last 10 years, that $400 million has grown to be a over $1 billion investment, and in the future that investment that he will place in our hands will be even greater than that number. And so we are always thankful for his, aligned vision, aligned passion, and just common vision to improve the human condition. With that generosity, it's allowed us to do a number of amazing things at Sanford that's caused us to really see a dynamic and drastic growth in not only our organization's size and scope of services that we provide, but really what we're doing in the space of healthcare. Some of that takes the place of new buildings. I talked about that a little bit this morning. This summer we'll open a brand new medical center here in about a month in Fargo, North Dakota. That'll be a brand new $500 million facility that will be home to a level 1 trauma center, the only one between Minneapolis and Denver in our region. And as a result of that, it has allowed us as well to do a number of amazing things, a number of firsts out there. The first of cancer breakthroughs 2020 on breast cancer, formerly the Moonshot trial, for those of you who are familiar with that. We have clinical trials going on constantly right now in the effort to cure type 1 diabetes. In 2016, Sanford Health received the Pontifical Key Innovation Award from the Vatican, and that was for our work in regenerative medicine and using adult stem cells. And as a result of that, we now actually have an active, ongoing, the only FDA-approved trial in the United States for stem cells in orthopedic cases, and they're used to repair rotator cuffs. What does that mean for us in Cornerstone then? And the tie there is that as we've changed again rapidly as an organization over the last 10 years, is it's really forced us as a human resources team, and me in particular in my position, to really change the way in which we approach the services that we deliver to our organization and which services are that we need to deliver to our organization. When we started with Cornerstone doing our learning management and leveraging that platform, we were again about 6,000 employees in a one-town facility with some clinics and a few employed physicians to where we're at today. It's really caused us to focus in on investing more in our people, investing more in our processes and our technology. With Cornerstone's help this year, we made probably one of our most significant leaps in that with going live this past November of 16 with its new recruiting platform. What we were able to do at Sanford was to centralize and standardize all of our hiring processes, moving from 4 disparate systems, processes, technologies, and teams into one under one common ATS. We went live with that in 2016, and now that has allowed us to begin to deliver on my commitment to the organization, is that as we've asked every employee that we want to make sure they deliver the same standard of care across our footprint, we are now going to make sure that we treat them the same way and give them the same positive experience coming into our organization as well. I'm thrilled that since we went live, we've seen a significant growth and expansion in the number of applicants who've sought after positions at Sanford. And for those of you who are in healthcare, and I talked about this a little bit this morning, like many of the industries out there, there's an ongoing day in and day out war for talent. The only way to be successful is to ensure that you bring in the best and the brightest over and over again and then keep them as a part of your system. And we believe at Sanford that we've been able to do that and continue that journey and really step up our game in that space in partnership with Cornerstone. Our applications are up 82% since we went live in 2016. And again, as I touched on this morning a little bit, why that's so important to us is it's not hurrying up to get people onto the assembly line. For us, the faster we can get them hired is the faster we can get them at the bedside, or we can get them at the bench research table working on cures and delivering care to patients who need it in their most vulnerable time. Cornerstone's been allowing us to deliver on that promise in ways that we never thought possible. Our applicant tracking system, to give you some more numbers around the successes that we've seen there, we've had a 98% increase in positions filled since we went live. That's a significant number, and again, the way that translates to patient care cannot be underscored enough in my mind. Total hires in 2016, we had 5,700 total hires in 2016. In 2017 so far, we've had just under 5,000 already in 2017. And again, that's getting people speed to execution, getting them into the system, going out there and finding them, and we're seeing our open positions and our recs drop drastically, which you all know there helps improve your productivity as well. So it's not just something that makes human resources life easier and makes life easier for our recruiters, but this is a solution that really is hitting our bottom line in a very, very meaningful way. And like most organizations, one of the largest parts of our budget, up to 60%, is our people, through our compensation and through our salaries. And by not having as many open positions, it's allowing us to begin to do things now and free up capital in our organization that we never would have thought possible. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about really kind of the backbone in this relationship for us with Sanford, which was starting with Cornerstone in its learning management. Just some numbers that I put up here on the screen for you to look at, just to kind of get your head around the amount of volume that we've been able to handle and continue to handle with Cornerstone is 1,700 instructor-led events, 2,200 online courses, 185,000 registrations for instructor-led, and just under 900,000 registrations for online training. 52,000 learners in total utilize this system at Sanford, and it will continue to grow, we know, more and more into the future. And so I'm very excited about what the future holds for us together as we continue to partner with Cornerstone and see what we can continue to do together into the future. Finally, I just want to show one more quick video, if you guys could cue that up, just to give you a little bit better glimpse into why, again, these minutes are so critically important for us at Sanford.
"5 a.m., Tuesday, June 14th. A new day dawns. 13 video crews, up before sunrise, travel across 130,000 square miles, ready to capture stories as they unfold. Stories unstaged and unscripted. Stories of health, healing, and hope. Improving the human condition. What happens here every minute of every day at Sanford Health. "24 hours, 1,440 minutes, countless incredible stories."
Again, I just want to thank you very much for your time. I hope this was an opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about our organization and the incredible things that we've been able to do and look to do into the future as we continue to partner with Cornerstone. And now you have a little bit of a glimpse as well into why speed to hiring the best and the brightest talent is so critically important for us at Sanford. Thank you.
I'm back. You're all shocked. Bill, the Sanford One experience is incredible. And obviously along the journey, you've spent a lot of time crafting that, honing that. Why is that so critical to your business?
Well, as I just talked about here a little bit, our business is working with people on a day-to-day basis, curing them, developing cures, healing them at the bedside. And we emphasize to each and every one of our employees and to our patients, most importantly, that if you come to Sanford anywhere within the 300,000 square miles that we serve you, you're going to receive the exact same positive experience. You're going to receive the same standard of care no matter where you're at. And we believe that the only way to do that and to deliver on our promise to our patients is if we treat our employees in the same way, that we bring them into our organization all with the same common positive experience. And if we provide that to our employees, we believe we give them and the organization and ultimately our patients the greatest opportunity for positive results.
Awesome. I wanted to join when I saw the video. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.